3, 2, 1. People them, what's good? It's man like Jamo. Let's get straight into it. No messing around. Elgato Facecam Mark II, an upgrade to the original Elgato Facecam. What you're looking at right now is not the Elgato Facecam. You're looking at me through the built-in web camera on my laptop, which is literally a Chromebook. But let me just switch it up right now. Okay, now we're on the Elgato Facecam Mark II. Now bear in mind the integrated web camera on my laptop is 1080p 60 frames per second. So is the Elgato Facecam Mark II, maximum 1080p 60 frames per second, but you can definitely tell the visual quality difference. It's more than just the resolution and frame rate. It's a lot about the lens itself and how well that lens copes with low light situations. So let's get into this camera right about now. Right now, man's already done an unboxing of this thing on my little TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts kind of thing. So if you want to see that, I'll make a link in the description section below. But this is the box. You guys can pause the video if you really want to read what's on the back of the box and what's on the side of the box. Get all them specs, get all them specs. All I care about is 1080p, 60 frames per second, fixed focus thing. Let me show you the actual camera itself. Like that's the little side profile right there. Obviously, you've got the front profile, you've got a little light on the left-hand side there, show you when it's on and focused. You've also got a built-in privacy slider now. That's sick. So obviously, if you have your thing always plugged in, you're worried about the FBI spying on you, obviously you can slide it to the side and you can, you know, slide it open when you want to kind of thing. And this microphone, this web camera don't have a microphone, so that's as good as done out as soon as this thing is shut kind of thing. So that's all cool. You got some stuff on the side there. What does it say? 1080p 60 HDR 24mm. Now what I want to do next is show you guys the Elgato software which can be used to enhance the feature set of this Facecam Mark II. However, I've got a Chromebook here in the background and Elgato don't do a software that's compatible with Google OS on this Chromebook. So let's move over to my Windows thing. Alright, now we got the Facecam Mark II plugged into my main Windows PC. Let me show you guys the Elgato Camera Hub software. Now first up, obviously it shows you which web camera is plugged in and it shows you your current resolution and frame rate that you're recording at. You've also got the ability to zoom in on your picture and zoom out. If it zooms in on the wrong place, obviously you can still use the software to manually aim the zoom where you need it to be. On your face, obviously, it's called Facecam, and obviously when you're streaming, you're going to want it on your face so that people can see your facial expression as you're streaming. I guess it doesn't really matter. You can have it zoomed out as well, whatever your preference is really. But what is really cool is that if you zoom in and you click the face tracking thing, obviously the thing will start tracking your face now, innit? So if you're moving mad whilst you're playing a game and you're leaning left, you're leaning right, maybe it's a Mario Kart little driving game, the face camera will stick to your face one time. You get me? No long thing. Now, obviously, zoom it out again. You've got options here for picture. These are just personal preference. Again, I like my picture a highly saturated bare color, as you can tell with the Barbie Kenneth Tink. So man's gonna put that all the way up here so that we got a nice rich color on that top. Pretty much gonna leave the contrast and sharpness where it is because man don't really need to bother with that. Now, as for exposure, at the moment, we've got 1/60 for shutter speed and the ISO's at 100. Now, ideally, because I'm shooting at 60 frames per second, my shutter speed should be 1/120th to get the best kind of motion blur for my image. Now, if I do that, that's also going to make the image a lot darker, which means I now have to bump my ISO or add more light to the subject. Now, I ain't got no more lights apart from this one right here, so I'm going to bump my ISO, which is okay, but ideally you want your ISO to be as close to 100 as possible for the cleanest image. So I'm going to bump it to about, I think this is about good enough. Ideally, if you don't want to be messing with all of that, leave it on automatic and you can see, I don't know what it's on, but yeah, the image is pretty much the same as what I would have adjusted it to manually anyway. So that's all cool. And you got your dynamic range HDR settings there as well. You got white balance settings, so you can make the thing mad warm, you can make it mad cold. Just leave it on automatic, let it do its own job kind of thing. And you also got noise reduction. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to show you this properly, But if I try to zoom in and we go up here, you can see around here, it's a little bit grainy. Now, if I turn the noise reduction off, it will get a lot grainier kind of thing. So that's what the noise reduction does. It tries to get rid of the grain that's in the dark areas of your image. So the whole image looks a lot cleaner. Now you also got effects and stuff like that, so obviously you can mirror the image, you can flip the image if you had it upside down or whatever. You can add motion blur. Now I think 1% motion blur is the ultimate amount of motion blur, makes it look realistic kind of thing. This 100 thing, this is way too much. Like, what are you doing with this? 100? Yeah, you're capping. Yeah, you're reaching. You're just trying to do too much, fam. And you also got these little backgrounds as well. I didn't know that Elgato camera hub has dynamic backgrounds that actually move around. So I don't know what moves in this one. Maybe it's like, I don't know, something in the background moves. And you got, I don't know what moves here. I think it's the T. Yeah, the T over here on this corner. Where is it over here? The T is smoking. We love to see it. You got, this was looking like a newsroom. You got a couple of dynamic backgrounds, so I guess, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's definitely doing its thing. Now the last feature I want to show you on this thing is the eye contact, and for that, you know what, I'm gonna actually, let me put this on so I can see what I'm doing. First of all, man's gonna zoom in on my face, but here, yeah, there we go. Take off my glasses now, and now see, all right, cool. So I'm looking at the preview on my screen, innit? Now, if I click this button right here, it should make me look like I'm looking up towards the camera. No matter what I'm doing, I'm looking, let me turn it off now. You can see I'm looking down. This is what I'm doing, yeah? This is what I'm doing. I click the thing now, and it's making it look like I'm looking at the camera, fam. So if I'm at a meeting, I'm looking at my own damn thing. It's turn it off and yeah, that's weird. That's a bit freaky, I can't lie. And obviously, last but not least, what's really sick about changing all these cameras, even if you're using a Windows PC, is that you can save them to the onboard flash memory that's in the camera itself kind of thing. So if man goes to save, all these settings that I've saved with the saturation, the exposure, even the background and them things there, that should port over to my Chromebook when I next plug the camera into my Chromebook kind of thing. So it's a wicked camera that works across different devices. Anyway, people, then that's it for me, man. 1080p 60 Elgato Facecam Mark II. Definitely a strong contender in the 1080p web camera workspace. They've got a lot of 4K stuff going on right now, but obviously Elgato, I've got the Facecam Pro. If you feel the need to step up to that 4K level of camera quality, love the fact that you can obviously move the camera to different devices and it still keeps the same settings. Would be nice if you had the camera hub software on the Chromebooks as well, but I guess it is what it is. There's not that much demand for it kind of thing. I'm not mad at it. It's definitely a good 1080p if I'm like, you've seen the 1080p on my integrated web camera on my laptop compared to the 1080p on this, and those two 1080p 60s are not the same. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one.